This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast Win Nottingham for part one of the Wood-Conlan press tour. I'm joined by Ben Davison. How are you, mate?
I'm all good, mate. You?
I'm wonderful. Do you want to address the cut that's across the top of your here?
Bit of sparring, trying to lose this fat belly.
I know who did that as well. I can guess. Big Barry.
Yeah.
Liberties, really.
It was really. It punched me all around the ring.
Right, well, I've not seen you that fired up in a press conference ever, to be honest with you. Yeah, you look fired up. You all look fired up in the end, but yeah. Do you want to address first of all a statement made by Michael and Jamie Conrad regarding comments that you made about Reece Mould and Lee Wood?
Yeah, look, I think that a huge part of being at your best and being prepared for the fight is mentally being prepared for the fight. And I make no bones about it. And I told Lee that going into that Reece Mould fight with 7 weeks of work together, it was a tough fight. And if he got it wrong, he'd get beat. I told him that. But I always believed that he was going to win the fight. Otherwise, I wouldn't have took him on for the fight if I didn't believe he was going to win the fight. What was I going there for otherwise? Financially? Because it wasn't great money. I wasn't going there for a paycheck. I was going there to help Lee achieve his dream, and if I didn't believe he could do it, I would have told him. But when you come up against challenges, people often tell you things that they think that you want to hear. I think that they would know a bit better than to believe that, but if they want to believe that, they can. The other comment was something about the Josh Kelly-David Davison fight. I said that I thought Mick could beat Lee, but there was no talk of that fight ever even being close to taking place around that time, so that's another lie. But again, this is the difference between experience. There's pressure here, and things like that are in the forefront of their mind. And for me, that's partly going to be the difference. Lee's focused, as he said there. I'm just focused on what I need to do in the fight, not she said this, he said that. Focused on what he needs to do in the fight, and that experience will be the difference.
This was a comment question that I did say to Michael Conrad just a few minutes ago. I said that obviously you've said that you haven't said that, they've said that you did say it. Let's just say you had said it. What was the purpose, do you think, of them bringing that up in the press conference today? Just that point. What was the idea behind it, do you believe?
Just convincing themselves. As I said, am I going to train a fighter for a fight that I don't think he can win? Certainly not. As I said, it certainly wasn't going to benefit me financially, that fight. Of course, I wanted to help Lee achieve his dream, but if I didn't believe he could have done it, as I say, I would have said it. So someone said that to them because they think that's what they want to hear. They've said that they're trying to convince themselves, probably to try and check my reaction, but...
As expected in this press conference, a lot of talk about Lee Wood's power, and I remember having a conversation with you when you first took on Lee Wood, and we had a conversation kind of on the phone about it, and you was telling me, and I think kind of what you've said and what you've been saying has become evident for the wider public to see. But obviously the question there is if he doesn't knock Michael Conrad out, you believe he's more than capable of outboxing him and winning on points? Yeah,
look, do I think there's going to be tricky stages through the fight? Yes. And this is what I mean about being realistic. You've got to be realistic. Lee Wood's power must be respected. If it is not respected, there's a potential for the fight to be over quickly. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Will there be rounds that Mick wins? Potentially, yes, probably. But we're prepared for that. And this is the difference. Like, there's a lot of pressure on both guys for this fight for the reasons that I said up there. Whoever handles that pressure better, that pressure can be a friend and it can create a diamond. Or it can be your worst nightmare and burst the pipes. And that experience is going to help with Lee, but Lee's very, very strong mentally. So, do I believe Lee Wood can win on points? Of course he can. Do I believe Lee Wood can stop him? Of course he can. Do I believe Mick can win the fight? Potentially, yeah, of course he can. This is boxing. Anything can happen. And we're fully prepared for the best Mick. As I said, it's vital to be realistic. And anybody can get clipped. Mick's not known to be a big puncher. I'm sure he's a bigger puncher than what his record may suggest or people may suggest. And I said the exact same to Lee Wood going into the Kanzu fight. I said, obviously, he's not a massive puncher, but if you go in there expecting, oh, he can't punch, I guarantee he'll hit a lot harder than what you're expecting. So you have to go in there expecting the absolute best and being aware of every possible outcome, but still focused on exactly what you need to do.
To Michael Conrad's admission, he said that this is clearly the acid test of Michael Conrad's career. Where does Conrad rank amongst the opponents that Lee Wood has faced?
Yeah, he's up there. He's definitely up there. Styles make fights, don't they, you know? And stylistically, if Lee goes about it the wrong way, Mick could become Lee's toughest fight. But Lee goes about it the right way, then obviously it won't be.
It's a shame. I was quite looking forward to you and Mr. Adam Booth going head-to-head today. He's obviously with Liam Williams, whose fight is coming up very shortly in 3 weeks against Chris Eubank. But I'm sure you like that battle as well with you and Adam, I'm assuming, in the build-up and also on the night.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, it's about the two fighters, but Mick's a very versatile fighter. Lee's a very versatile fighter. I'm sure Adam's obviously a good coach, and I'm sure they're going to they'll have a solid plan together, and maybe a couple of plans. And the same with us. So there's definitely going to be a tactical element to this fight. So yeah.
I know you've kind of addressed it on other platforms, and don't obviously want to make this about this, but obviously this is about the fight, you know, on March the 12th. But you've made some comments recently regarding trainers, etc., etc. But just kind of looking back on it, it was widely taken everywhere by everyone. Everyone took snippets of what you said. When you listen to it back, was it said how you was meant to say it, if that makes sense?
I probably didn't get the point across in the best way, but I believe in what I said. Otherwise I wouldn't have said it. To be honest with you, I don't know if I said UK trainers or it just got put as I meant UK trainers, but I mean boxing worldwide. The coaching in boxing worldwide does not match up to other elite sports. When you look at elite basketball, elite football, elite American football, the level of coaching doesn't match up. It's very, very normal for, even at high school level in America, for those sports to have film studies, scouting reports, very regular team meetings. Just look at the facilities they have, specific warm-up drills. That's very, very standard in those other sports, and it's very rare in elite boxing. So I believe the coaching in boxing, and I'm a boxing coach, so I'm considered in that group. The coaching in boxing is far behind other elite sports. That's what I meant. And when I said lazy, I don't mean every coach is lazy. What I mean is the people that have the mentality that say, oh, that coach got lucky with that fight, that coach got lucky, he got lucky, he only had success, or only got this fight because he had that fight. Like, that mentality is lazy. I've never met anybody that's had great success in any field that is lazy and just lucky. Have you? No.
Well, when you're comparing other elite sports, then I kind of understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, maybe it come across as though I was putting myself on a hierarchy and I meant, other coaches are poor compared to me. Maybe it come across that. I've only just thought that, really, the way you've just said that. But yeah, I meant it compared to other elite sports.
Yeah, you weren't bigging yourself up, obviously.
Why are you laughing?
I'm not. Okay, well, have you got anything else you'd like to add? Obviously, we're in Belfast tomorrow, which should be very interesting.
Tomorrow, aren't we?
I'd say that was a safe bet, yeah.
I was going to stay in the gym, obviously, with Josh preparing tomorrow, but I thought, got to go with Lee. Got to take the stick with him, haven't we?
We'll see what happens of this press tour. It's like nice to have a press tour, isn't it? Like two cities.
It's a brilliant fight. Well deserving of press conferences like this. So, yeah.
Have you got anything else you'd like to add, Benjamin?
Nope. Why are you laughing?
I'm just smiling. Ben Davison, thank you very much for talking to iFoot TV. We will see you in Belfast tomorrow, and we'll see what the day brings.
I'm going to come fully armoured up tomorrow.